Hey, what's up? Today we've got the glute ham raise. As the name implies, it's going to be for your glutes and hamstrings. It's important that your placement is all right. That way you can do the exercise. What you want is the knee to be placed behind the curve. So if you take the top, you're going to slide your knee down so that's behind it, but you don't want to be so far back that you slip through the machine. To perform the lift, you're going to start with your hips right above your knee and your shoulders right above your hips. You want the glutes to be pinched together nice and tight, and you're going to be as straight as possible as you fall down. You're going to go down slow until your body's in a straight line, and then whoosh, come back up. As you come back up, you don't want to lead with the butt. Keep your body in as straight as line as possible. By that I mean as you come down, you don't want to come down and do that right there. If you do find yourself doing that, at the end of the video, I'll give you some options to make this exercise easier. If you're good at this exercise, you're strong, you want to make it harder, two ways you can make it harder. As you go down, you can extend your arms, which makes your body perceived to be heavier to the hamstrings. Pull them back in, come back up. So on the way down, you have a longer lever, which is more tension on the hamstrings, and then you pull your arms back in, which makes you lighter on the way back up. The other way you can make it harder is obviously hold some weight on the chest. The difference is the weight being on the chest is you have the same difficulty going down as you do going up, whereas the first one you have a more challenging version going down and an easier one coming back up. Now to make it easier, because most of you guys watching, this exercise is very hard, so you're going to need to know the easier version and know how to progress from there. What you want to do, get a stick, and you're going to go down just like you were. Hamstrings tight, glutes pinched together. As you get to parallel, down in the floor, just push back up. Now you do want to fire the hamstrings on the way back up so you can start to get some training in those for the way back up. But it's all about the negative, control, 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 push. That's going to be the way to make it easier. Now if you can't do the stick, because the stick requires you to fall slowly, which requires a certain level of strength. If you're falling really quick and you can't do it, what you want to do is slightly lean forward, heels are driven up in the pad, and you're just going to hinge at the waist to here and then back up. That's called a high up curl. And again, keep the hips forward so the hips are in front of the knees, hinge at the waist, and as you come up, keep your hips forward. The analogy I like to give people here at Cave is if you had a strong wind blowing you in the chest, you're going to lean against that wind. That's the tension you want to feel in the hamstrings as you're leaning slightly out. Then from there is where you hinge. The hips stay right where they're at. Don't move the hips. Keep them right in their place. So that there is the glute ham raise. A couple ways to make it harder and a couple ways to make it easier.